when one insurance player, Liberty Insurance, got a third-party claim on an alleged accident to have happened in Blantyre in February 2019, due processes for compensation began. The victim, as per compensation assessment, had to receive a whopping 1.9 million kwacha. At this stage, until later, little would company executives realize this was a fraudulent claim doctored to rob it off this money in a forced compensation claim. Sadly, according to Abdul Majid Daitun, Chief Executive Officer for the company, the money went down the drain through this fraudulent claim, as it was later that the truth came to light. Surprisingly, a week later, 3 more claims were lodged from different lawyers, suspiciously bearing same details as the first claimant.
When we received some summons from some lawyers to say they are claiming for damages for injuries of a certain lady, we asked for a confirmation to say whether indeed the accident occurred, and we contacted the driver of the vehicle, who indeed came to confirm to say the accident really indeed occurred. So after we got those confirmations, we felt this is a legit claim and we can proceed to process payment, and we paid here, and that was I think about 1.9 million Malai kwacha. After that first accident, we later on received 3 more claims related to the same accident, and it was quite a surprise for us to say how come the owner of the vehicle, they confirmed only one accident, but here we are receiving 4 different claims. So that matter prompted us to conduct a further investigation. What transpired is that the whole accident is actually fake. It never occurred in the first place.
More to the supplies, whilst the accident happened at Lilangwe Bridge, a jurisdiction of Chileka Police, an accident report from the police carried a signature of a traffic police officer from Ndirande Police Station, Stuart Maunje. But as it would turn out, the signature was fake, as being confirmed by Inspector Maunje.
On these reports, it shows like somebody was involved in an accident. This accident happened at Lilangwe Bridge, whereby this bridge is in Chileka policing area. It shows like I signed on that police report as acting station traffic officer of Chileka police station. To tell you the fact, I've never worked at Chileka police station. According to that, the police report happened in 2019, bearing reference number for Blantyre police station. And in that year, 2019, I wasn't at Blantyre police station. I was in Limbi police station. The signature, they say it was mine, but I've never worked with the police station, and I've never been station traffic officer for Chileka police station.
This is how some ill-minded lawyers are misusing their acumen to defraud insurance companies for their own gains, for according to investigations by the police, many such accidents are only being falsified, in the words of Sub-Inspector Peter Nchiza, spokesperson for Chileka Police.
Yes, it is true that we arrested Mr. Penjani Rungu, who is aged 38, who comes from Chijamurungu village, traditional authority in Twalo in Nzimba. Mr. John Sumbuleta, who comes from Ntenje village in Majinjiri area, that's in Blantyre, and also the third one is Mr. Agden Mashalo, who is aged 50, who comes from Pasani village, traditional authority Kapen in Blantyre. They were all suspected to have committed an offense of forgery, uttering false documents, and theft. Almost 3 charges were leveled against them. What happened is that they were posing as victims of a road accident. They were like agents of Mr. Mavis Adam, who was involved in a car accident at the Lilangwe Bridge.
So how do insurance companies find themselves at the mercy of fraudsters who will have to beat the system and get away with everything? Here is how it's working. For there is said to be a syndicate comprised of smart professionals from such backgrounds as police, medical, legal, and insurance itself. As Kingston Lapken, a private investigator on fraud, corruption, and money laundering, would confess, the syndicate connives to fake and authenticate police, medical, and legal reports to make insurance claims legitimate.
Basically, it started as a kind of a syndicate where you have police on one side, medical personnel on the other, agents, or what other people call ambulance chasers, on the other side as well. And then this grouping will eventually end up with a lawyer in front. And it is the lawyer who sues the insurance company. After suing the insurance company based on a police report a medical report, and the indulgence, the involvement of this agent, the lawyer gets summons and serves to the insurance company. And the insurance company is the insurer of the car that may have been involved in the accident being quoted and is at pains to get out because they are liable, because their car, the car which they insured, hit a person.
These fraudsters aren't only in form of this syndicate, for there's another class fueling these fraudulent insurance claims, being called accident claim agents, or in other words, ambulance chasers.
Around 1994 or thereabouts, there sprang up a group of people calling themselves accident claims agents. And their duty was to find an accident and then rush with that accident to a lawyer, and the lawyer will sue the company, and the company will pay money to the lawyer, and the lawyer will eventually pay the money to the injured person, most times through that agent. By and by, that group of agents started growing up, and now there are hundreds of them all over Malawi.
So how do they operate?
These agents, or sometimes referred to as ambulance chasers, are now fighting. They want to be the first to get the details of the accident. So they are all over. It's a lucrative business, if I can say. So these agents are the ones who identify the accidents. Now, what has happened now is that the police officers in the traffic department have come to know these agents and sometimes refer to them as lawyers. They are not lawyers, but they will tell the accident victim, I will connect you to a lawyer who will help you to get compensated for your accident. So he invites that particular agent to take up the matter. So that particular person is now married to that agent, and that person believes the only way to get money is through that particular agent.
Because everyone would love to look smart and come out clean of such mud, while confirming these ambulance chasers are into business with lawyers, Barton Muhango, President of Malawi Law Society, speaks against such a practice.
I'm aware that they do exist, yes. But there was a directive at one point that they are not supposed to be there. What is not accepted within the practice of the law is that a lawyer is not allowed what we call share proceeds of the legal practice with someone who is a non-lawyer. So the system that we are talking about is where an agent who is not a practice lawyer brings business to a legal firm in exchange that they will share the legal fees. So that is a system that is not allowed. Actually, it's prohibited under the Act of Parliament, that is the Legal Education and Legal Operations Act. It's done illegally, actually. So no one will come and declare that this is what we are doing.
So how big a problem are fraudulent claims for the insurance industry? In the words of Baiwa Ochiwoni, President for Insurance Association of Malawi, billions of kwacha are being lost to fraudulent claims.
It is actually enormous. It's a very big challenge as far as the industry is concerned because we lose a lot of money. There are those that you're able to know that indeed you can feel it, you can sense it, that there is something wrong in this claim. You start digging, or you had tips, you start digging, and then at the end of the day you are blocked somewhere that you may not proceed. But in terms of estimates, we do estimate that actually 20 to 25% of our claims are through fraudulent. So let's just give an example. In 2019 as at December, the whole industry in terms of revenues, we wrote about 55 billion, and then in terms of claims there were about 23 billion worth of claims. So if you just estimate to say 25% of that, so you're looking at around 5.7 billion that could have been lost in fraudulent claims.
Now, because players in the insurance sector will have to play safer, even legitimate claimants are now being subjected to rigorous processes to access their compensations.
It also makes us not able to actually deliver promises to clients because we are looking at the valid claims that have been put forward. You would find that instead of straightforward cases that one would be able to attend to a particular claim, but because the fraud is rampant, there is a lot of processes that people have to go through for us to actually identify or to know that it's a genuine claim. So in the end, you would find that we are victimizing even those that have got genuine claims.
This story isn't just about this problem, it's got solutions too. one of which include a review of the law to shift the burden of compensation on the one responsible for the accident, according to Dayton.
If we can try to revise our laws, somehow we may try to protect ourselves from this kind of malpractice. In other jurisdictions, you cannot sue an insurance company without first establishing liability with the one who caused the accident. So you have to first of all establish liability with the one who caused the accident, and it's the one who caused the accident who goes to the insurance company to claim. But what happens in Malawi is the other way around. The laws allow lawyers or claimants to claim directly to the insurance companies, and unfortunately the legal framework that we have here, it doesn't give us enough time even to institute independent and thorough investigations to establish whether that claim is genuine or not. And it's very late when you realize that this claim is fraudulent, maybe after you have already paid one or two claims.
For Chuoni, every concerned sector must redeem itself by acting professionally and with integrity.
As an association also, for the last, I can say 4 years, we have tried to engage the concerned parties. We have complained to Malawi Law Society on the behavior of some of the lawyers, some of its membership, and we have provided evidence as to what they have been actually doing. Unfortunately, we never got any assistance. Then we proceeded even to the judiciary. I think we've met some of the judges, the past judges, to help us. We are still waiting for their response. We finally had some sort of breakthrough when we actually engaged the Solicitor General. It should be Mrs. Janet Banda. The lady assisted us. We saw some action. But after a few months or so, she was transferred. So we are currently trying to get hold of the new Solicitor General. We've also engaged the hospitals to ensure that the people that will be signing the medical reports should be qualified people. We even have a memorandum of understanding with the police on how we can try to deal with this syndicate.
When all things are said and done, what must bother the mind is to hear about professionals throwing away their conscience and so determined to bend their ethics and morals for their own gains and benefits. Surely, this syndicate of police officers, ambulance chasers, lawyers and medical practitioners should surely burst. For MIJ FM, this is Benedetta Chiwandamia reporting.